Day 2 running. Not bad so far. Let's talk about MacBook Pro versus custom built PC, custom built desktop. Let me finish this run and then we'll get back to the office. Just finished 2 miles, not bad. All right, let's go. So behind me are 2 computers, a custom-built desktop PC right there, and a MacBook Pro. They both cost roughly the same amount all in, including monitors, mouse, keyboard, and everything. 6800K X99 motherboard, AIO cooler, $200. RX 480 8GB, $100. 16 gigabytes of RAM, $60. Gold rated 600 watt PSU, $60. $30 case, 512 gigabyte M.2 SSD, $50. 1440p ultra wide monitor, $180. MX Master 2S, $40. Keyboard, $20. Total cost, $740. MacBook Pro, purchase it in 2 separate parts. Bottom half, $300. Top half, $280. SSD, $65. Altogether, $645. This is not Mac OS versus Windows. I've already done that before. If you want to click up here, this is far more than that. This is diving deep into what MacBook Pros offer versus what custom-built desktops offer. So let's start. Portability, MacBook Pro, duh. Ease of use, I'm gonna go with MacBook Pro on this category because on a MacBook Pro, you open the box, you open up the computer, and it's good to go. On a Windows computer that you custom build, you have to custom build it. Takes normally a couple hours, especially if you're inexperienced, even more than that. And as much as I like building things, you can look around my office, everything in here was built by me. It can sometimes be frustrating if you just want to get to work to have to worry about, oh, I need to build my computer, I need to download these drivers, or I need to make sure my computer is even working. So I think a MacBook Pro, ease of use for a more like basic user is definitely better for a MacBook Pro. But if you're somebody who doesn't necessarily need your computer to work right now, right away, you can afford to tinker with it every once in a while for a couple of hours, I think a custom built desktop is definitely for you. Expandability, obviously the PC is gonna win, no comparison there. Don't look like an idiot. Productivity. Now this one, typically you would just go to the more powerful computer, but I do want to say a few things about that. It's overall a much more powerful computer. To compare the two in terms of power is kind of silly, but you also need to take into consideration the software that both computers are running. macOS, in my opinion, and I'm probably a little bit biased, but macOS, in my opinion, just seems to stay out of my way, whereas Windows just seems to be in the way. Reliability. It's a huge thing. The Premiere Pro seems to crash on a Windows computer 10 times to every 1 time on my Mac. I'm trying to edit this video on this computer because I wanted to give it a fair shot, but this is like the 4th time it's crashed. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Like, I just want to work on a project in Mac OS and I can do it. I always feel more creative when I'm working on a Mac as opposed to working on a Windows computer where it feels like, okay, I gotta do this, and then I gotta do this, and then I gotta do this, and then I gotta do this. And it's really frustrating to me because it seems like it's such a powerful computer, it's almost a no-brainer for a video editor to use a custom-built PC due to the power, but I seem to always go to my Mac. If I'm sitting down and just need to edit a video, even though this computer has been behind me for a couple of weeks, I've been able to use it, I seem to always edit my videos on the Mac or even the iPad sometimes. Power, a desktop is clearly more powerful, but what I find is that most people don't need that kind of power. Yes, my face is turning red because I'm laying on the floor right now. It's just like when people think they need a new camera, that'll make them better cinematographer, or they need a new computer because that'll make them better at editing photos, or they need a new girlfriend. Well, you probably need a new girlfriend because she's cheating on you with her yoga instructor. But I think that most people think that they need way more than they actually do. And in reality, most people would be fine with just a basic MacBook Air or a MacBook or any basic low-level computer or even a Chromebook. I think most people would be okay with that. So I would normally suggest getting a Mac because it has everything built in and their value will hold up a little bit longer. So in the future, if they decide to sell it, they can always sell it for more than they would have sold it for like a comparable Windows laptop. So I would say that power definitely goes towards a desktop, but also know what you need. If you just need basic word processing, probably consider a MacBook Pro because all of that software is built in. You can use iMovie, you can use Pages, you can use Excel, Numbers, you can use their PowerPoint. You can use all those things for free and it comes with Mac OS. Future-proof. This is a tough one because future-proofing is kind of like a myth. 2 years ago, the best computer you could have built had a 7700K 4-core processor with a GTX 1080 Ti. But now in 2019, a 4-core processor, 7700K, it's good, but compared to what you can get now, it kind of sucks. There are 8-core processors, 12-core processors that are being released to the masses at a similar price to the 7700K, and you can't upgrade on the Z270 motherboards that the 7700K could be on. So future-proofing, this is a tough question. I would probably lean towards the MacBook because of macOS's optimization, but obviously the computer has PCIe expansion, so obviously it's up to you what you would think is more future-proof, but a 2014 desktop is not nearly as usable, at least it seems like it's not nearly as usable as a 2014 MacBook Pro. Future value, Macs historically have just held their value a lot better over time. I do believe that has to do with the exclusivity of macOS, although to be fair, if you were to piece out your custom-built computer, you could probably get back a similar percentage that you would on a MacBook. It just is a lot easier to sell one MacBook as opposed to 6 different components. Design, I feel like Macs have always just had a better looking design. Although to be fair, a lot of these new mini iChecks cases that have come out recently, whew, pretty good looking. So I'm gonna give it to the MacBook Pro. I am slightly biased in that case, but I feel like MacBook Pros are historically designed to look better. Maybe not perform better, but they're designed to look better. Obviously this is total opinion based, but so is this whole video. And finally, price to performance. I think this is probably the most important category because most people buy things based on price. Most people don't have thousands of dollars to throw at a computer. They just need something that works. And I would suggest if you're on a budget, don't ever buy a Mac. You're not gonna get more than what you would if you were to buy any Windows-based computer, especially a MacBook Pro. So you need to understand that this is a laptop versus desktop. There's obviously different comparisons between the two. One can run full-fledged desktop class GPUs and CPUs. The other one can't. That's just the nature of it. But they're both computers and they both do the same job. That's why this comparison. You need to understand what you need in a computer and what you want in a computer. If you have $400, don't buy a MacBook Pro. Don't do it. You're not going to be able to get a MacBook Pro that's powerful enough for what you want to do if you have to edit 4K video. But if you have $1,000, MacBook Pro is a better option. If you have $800, MacBook Pro is a better option. You just need to understand what you need. Sit down and figure out exactly what is important to you and what you need from a computer. And then once you do that, then you'll be able to get the computer that you need with all the information I've laid out for you in this video. Also, please don't tell me to build a Hackintosh or else I'm going to delete your channel. So which one is the winner? Well, it's weird. I would normally say, for me, the most powerful one should be the winner. I need more cores, better GPU. Everything that's more powerful is better for me. But I always tend to use the MacBook Pro. Even if I'm given the option, I will pull out the MacBook Pro and just use that. It's easier for me. So I'm gonna say MacBook Pro beats a desktop PC. Tell me why I'm wrong, I'd love to hear it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.